And actually, that cardiologist, I saw him, and he was like, "I just want you to know that you are very unique." Because that man just, y'all, when I tell you, he knew I was gonna die in 2021, and when he saw me in 2022, he was like, "What?"
Which part surprised him the most about your health?
He was shocked that I was walking around. I didn't need a cane, wheelchair, or anything. That I'm first of all that I'm walking, and then just the fact that I'm alive. Cause he said it don't happen like this.
Welcome back to Cham Chats. We are here today with Change from Flushing Meditation Center. Hello, Change.
Hi, how are you doing today?
Good. How are you today?
I'm doing well. It's pretty cold here today, but yes, I'm doing great.
Where are you from again? I know you're from another state.
Yes, I'm from Dayton, Ohio, and
Uh,
Change naturally is not my birth name. It's the name I acquired because I go through many changes in my life due to having an illness called lupus, and I have to embrace change, and so I acquired that name. That's the way I acquired the name Change. As I stated, I have lupus. Lupus is an autoimmune disease, and it's ups, it's hills and valleys. And I was at a point where I was having spells. I would fall out, go into sweats. I knew when it was coming on, and I would fall out. I would tell my husband it's getting ready to happen. It would scare him so badly. And I had gotten in contact with my cardiologist, and after going with him a few times, he told me to get my business in order, that I didn't have long to live, in which I didn't receive that. And on Christmas, that was in October of 2021. And on Christmas Day of 2021, I had a friend call me, and she had came across this scan. It's Eastern medicine scan. You count to 10, and it reads your body and tells you everything that's going on and what you should be eating and that type of thing. So I took that scan, and it recommended drops that I would take. And I started taking those drops. And then somebody had told me that meditation might be good because, not knowing what was going on with my body, I did get anxious. And I was looking online trying to find meditation. And I came across Flushing Meditation, and I was reading about it, seeing what it said, it would do for me. And it was a uh, sign in if you wanted someone to call you to learn more. And that's how I got connected. And Teen called me, and she told me about a meditation that I could check out. And then after seeing that, I would, talk to her again and decide, what I wanted to do. And I was just so excited about it because I felt like it was something that could really help me with what I was going through, and it was during COVID as well, and during times when we weren't getting out, and that's another thing with my health. I have been everything from bedridden. I have been in a wheelchair. You know, I have been through a whole lot of changes, and what this meditation has done for me, I just cannot say enough for what it has done. I had a lot of sleepless nights. It helped me rest better. It reduces stress. I, have a calm over me that I just, haven't had in a while. And I'm, more focused, and I'm a much nicer person. Not that I was mean, but I'm a much nicer person, than I was prior to this meditation.
wow, that's amazing. So your name is very very appropriate. Then it's a good choice.
Yes, yes, I would say so. And I was raised in a very strict home, very strict. I couldn't. be average. We were told that my dad told us we couldn't be average. We had to be better than average. So C's weren't something that was accepted in my home. And I feel like after having this meditation, you it's letting go. And I just really don't believe that, based on my experience now, I don't believe it's really a lupus. I think that my problem was internalizing, trying to be perfect, trying to be, walk the line that he wanted me to walk. And I had a weight problem, you know, prior to this meditation. I don't have a weight problem anymore. It's just the changes that I have experienced are just, phenomenal. No bedridden. I get up every day. Like I have a niece right now that I pick up from work. I have my great nephews. They're her sons. They're twins, identical twins. And when they were born, they were like 2 and 3 pounds. And now they are freshmen in high school. And when they first started school, when they got in the second grade, that's when they really had behavioral problems. They would get into confrontations with other kids because they have triggers. And if it was bad enough, they would get sent home. Like out of 5 days, I know I was getting calls about 3 days during the week. And I decided, I asked, the principal and the teachers, could I just come in and just sit next to them, not necessarily say anything, just to keep them focused and, so they could keep their work going, because they're easily distracted. And anybody that says anything to them, they got a response. They feel like they just had to say something. They had little to no control. And then with COVID, they didn't go to school. And then they were going to school online. All the schools were online, and they fell in love with online school because they didn't have that piece where they had, those, they had triggers. And another problem with them, they could hear over here. Like I noticed they would have the TV real loud. I'm like, are something wrong with their hearing? And I took them to the hearing doctor, and they hear everything. Like not only hear the TV, but if the family is talking, they can hear those conversations also. And so with their learning and stuff, that was a problem for them as well. Well, when I started with, I had been, I think, meditating about a year, and I was like, I think this would be a good tool for the boys, because it would calm them, and reduce stress. It would give them the ability to focus. They also had sleep issues, and it helped them rest better. And as they got older, now the family and friends that knew them as those little boys that was all over the place, they was like, what happened to the twins? And they like they said, they're just so quiet and calm now. Everywhere, everybody that knew them, they some people say, I don't like those twins because they're not into everything and being this rambunctious. They are just so mellow now. And what I would say for people who have children that have, might have ADHD or might be on the autism spectrum, this is an excellent tool. If they, do it weekly, the twins, they do it weekly, and they stay with it. If they stay with it, you'll see a change in them. They are just different people now. And this year they're sophomores, and like just from May till late August, they were just so responsible and just so different. And it's night and day. And I just wish that, I don't know, we could have a commercial on the TV about this meditation, because what it did for them is just amazing. Though they still go to school online, But Thursday we go visit. They want to. They want to go to CTC. That's a school where They go their junior and senior year, and then when they graduate, they'll have a skill. They're ready to go back into the school environment, and they didn't want that at first because even at home, what they would do, like for Thanksgiving, they would come out and speak to everybody before, and then you wouldn't see them because they just weren't good with people and interacting. But now they'll have a conversation and everything. Like they're promoting right now. They're very intelligent. Also, they was like, now, Auntie, tell the family they didn't listen to me. They didn't listen to us when we told them to get Bitcoin. When we told them to get Bitcoin, had they listened, they would be pretty good with money right now, but they didn't listen. Here's another chance. And they're promoting some XRP. Tell them to get XRP because when Donald Trump gets in office, here's what's going to happen. It's going to get very high. It's like 60 cent right now. And when he gets in office, they're predicting it's going to go up to about like $20. He was like, everybody has to get on this XRP right now so that they can. I said, do you have it? Yes, we have it. Yes, Auntie. We wouldn't be telling the family to get it if we didn't have it. Yes, we have it. I said, oh, so you're using your money wisely. Yes, Auntie, we are. And they just it's a difference. When I tell you they so different in like reading, they now have the discipline to, like read because in high school you have to read. So we've been working their reading and uh, just being able to do things that they weren't able to do. What we're working on now is organization. Organization. I'm trying to get them to carry a planner because I tell them if they write down, because they have appointments like at 1 o'clock tomorrow, they're with Rebecca. They have to meditate tomorrow at 1 o'clock. I tell them to write it down or put notes in their phone, put an alarm on the phone. Now, we're working with getting them organized. But as far as their rest and calm, they know how to, if something is bothering them, they know how to take themselves out of that. And it's a thing. It's a whole vibe for kids that have trouble. And parents should use this as a tool because they'll see a difference. They really will.
How,
Along with their any therapy or counseling they have, with this as another tool, it's gonna make them better. They've been meditating now about a year and a half.
that's great and amazing how they've changed so much
Yes,
in
they have. They
short.
have really trained. They have changed quite a bit. They really have.
So how long has it been for you since you started?
Like about 2.5 years.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So were they excited to start when you introduced it to them? Like, were they able to see how it helped you and be like
Yes.
excited to
Uh
try it?
huh. Yes. They tell people Auntie is more calm. Mhm. Auntie is so. Auntie is more calm. Because I was a teacher by trade. And, when they weren't focusing and, I had to do things to get them back, to focus and that type of thing. And, uh, I would really reprimand them. Uh, and so it doesn't go like that anymore. And as far as myself, my husband, he recognized that I'm more calm. And when I say calm, it's just that I am a teacher all the way in every aspect of the word. Always, would be like, now you're not supposed to do that, like that, and all that want to be right stuff. And if say like if I'm somebody was telling me something that wasn't right and I knew it was right, oh boy, I would just go on and on trying to show them where I don't do it anymore. You know, I don't do that anymore. It's just, I just basically, I don't have a lot to say, which is so different. When people are in their mind worlds. I don't try to make them see like my mind world. I would, you
Mm.
know, I would would try to make them see things another way, and I don't do that anymore. And another thing, like if something was wrong with somebody in my family or something wrong with somebody that I was close to, and if it's any way that I could intervene and help, I was all in there trying to fix it for them and everything. I don't do that anymore. I don't do that anymore either. Not like I did in the past, because I just love people, and I just go over and above, helping people. And when my teaching career was taken from me, I just felt like my life was over, because I didn't have any biological children. I couldn't have children, and those were my children. And it was just a total mess, because I lived every day to go to school and be with the kids and help them be better people. I don't like tearing people down, but I get so much joy in lifting people up, and then seeing that my work is paying off. I love that. Yeah,
Mm.
that's what I thrived off of. And then since I had been retired, how I would my family, I would help. Like my father was very ill, and I was able to stay with my mom and help him. He had emphysema, and help him through that. So I enjoy helping people. That's
Mm.
that's my livelihood. That's what keeps me thriving. But now that I have changed, I don't just keep myself busy by trying to help others. I don't do that. Not to say that I don't help people anymore, but not like I did before.
So what made you like switch that sort of habit of not wanting to help so much with other people and wanting to focus more on like meditating too?
I've found a calm and a peace that I have never had before. You know, letting go. I have so much to do for myself. I have to, you know, get this clutter out. So if I feel this good and I've come this far, just think, if I can get to the end of this, what it's going to be like. You know, I'm healthy. Like next Monday, in 7 days, I'll be 64 years old. And
Wow.
I'm up moving around like I'm 30 years old. I don't feel it. The more I get rid of, the better I am. My husband is like, "What in the world?" Uh huh. High energy. Look, I can jump rope. Look, if I could get out there with some kids and play hopscotch, I would. Kickball, whatever. It's just a whole different. It's night and day. I love it. I do love it, and I take it very seriously. And it's not nothing that I don't want to miss it. I don't want to. I can't. I don't want to go like many days without it. It's a good fix. And that best health dance that I do every morning,
Ah,
I love it. I love the best health dance. Yeah,
yeah.
start my day meditating, and then with whoever the helper is. If don't nobody else stay on, I'm gonna stay, and I'm gonna do the best health dance with them. Yes,
Mm.
it's oh boy, tears coming to my eyes when I tell you guys the change, the change. It's a change. It really is. Now,
That
when you look at, I know you. Let me ask you a question.
sure.
Was it like that for you?
I mean, I didn't have like a physical ailment that to compare with, but mentally, for sure, I'm much different than before I started meditating. Yeah,
Yes.
for me, it was a lot of anxiety and depression, and just generally overthinking and just being miserable in my mind all the time. So definitely, that did like a 180 flip.
People could be sarcastic, especially family, and they can make comments. and I just keep walking like I didn't even hear anything. And they like, they looking like, look, what's going on with you? I'm like, don't you want to know about it? Uh-huh. You need to know about it. Yes. Yes. This is it. This is the life right here.
It's great because it's like continually changing too. Like for me, I don't know. I just noticed like the major things that happened was the anxiety went away, depression went away, which I'm so grateful for those because that was what I. That's why I started meditating because it was like really controlling my life. So to be able to not live with that every day is really really great. But even like little things, like for example, I was really bad, and I'm still working on it, but I was really, really bad at accepting criticism or constructive like feedback. I would feel like really prideful and offended, or like some kind of inferiority would come up, and I'd get really defensive and not really want to hear it, basically.
Hmm.
And that's just one thing that I'm noticing, like, is getting a little bit better every day. I still have much room to grow, but it's something that lately I've been noticing, like, oh, I was actually like, I actually asked somebody for feedback about something, like, oh, how did I do? What can I improve? And that's something I never would have done before because I don't think I would have been able to take it. Like, I don't think I could handle what they had to say. So just little changes, but like the more you keep working on your mind, the more you're open to accept those things and humbly. So yeah.
All right. That's true. Yes. Yeah, that's very true. And listen here, I used to you talking about cussing, baby. You talking about profanity. I'll do it. I was like, oh God. And that's like the twins like the Auntie calm now because boy, I would drop a bomb here and there. You hear me? I don't even it's not like that anymore.
Mm.
Because my patience was real they were very short. Very, very short. Uh but it's not like that anymore. I was like, whoa, this is really, it's something. It's really something. And it's something that I'm telling you, I would recommend it to everybody. I really would, especially like in this mean world we live in. People, you could be driving, they'll cut you off and like I'm like, oh well, okay, I'm just gonna wave, or I'm gonna say I'm sorry, or I'm not gonna give it back to him. I'm apologize, and I'm going on. You know what what this can do for dealing with this world we live in, because this world right here it's not anything like I ever experienced. And just for the little kids, I wouldn't want to switch places with them for anything in this world. And just for the state of the world, this right here, this is it. This is it.
Mm.
It really is. And actually, that cardiologist, I saw him, and he was like, "I just want you to know that you are very unique." Cause that man just, y'all, when I tell you, he knew I was gonna die in 2021, and when he saw me in 2022, he was like, "What?" And he got up on the, he got up on the thing where you sit, and he was sitting and talking to me. I'm like, "Yeah." He was like, "This just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen." I'm like, "Okay, God Junior, I'm here. You see me? I'm here. You better stop this."
Which part surprised him the most about your health? Like, what was he shocked about mostly?
He was shocked that I was walking around. I didn't need a cane, wheelchair, or anything. That I'm first of all that I'm walking, and then just the fact that I'm alive. Cause he said it don't happen like this. I'm
Mm.
like, well, hey, I'll take that. I'll take it. Yeah. See, and I believe that if people believe that kind of talk, if they buy into it, if I would have bought into it, I bet you I would have been gone. But I didn't. I didn't buy into that. I didn't. I did not. I just. Mm-mm. And he was like, "Do you know what I'm? Do you honest? Because I was just looking at him. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Like I was supposed to go into convulsions and fall out all out. I was like, yes, I know. He's like up with that smile on your face. I'm like, yep. And when he saw me this year, he was like, wow. He's like, you know, you're a blessing. You are very unique. I'm like, thank you. Hmm.
You could change your name to Unique. No.
Yeah. It's always been. I've already changed the change. I'm gonna keep change because the changes I've been through is amazing. Actually, I've been writing. I might have to write a book about it.
Yeah, you should. Definitely.
And something else that I would do is, you know, I would try to convince people to let go of things. I didn't know about this letting go. I knew that letting go was a thing. Because if you keep trying to live in the past, if you live in the past, you can't go forward. You gotta drop that luggage. But I didn't know what I was saying. See how you manifest? I didn't know what I was really saying because this is the ultimate of letting go right here. But I didn't know I wasn't I was talking about, like say like every household has something, whether it's your parent was this, you know, uh, they could have been an alcoholic. They could have been anything. They could have been a liar. They could have just been a tyrant like my daddy. They could have just a boss, a big boss that wanted to be a boss. It's a something because they were human. So it's a shortfall with everybody. So in everybody's house is something you got to get over. And a lot of times in life, as a teacher, I see, I could see it in little kids. They getting started on. They be nervous about different stuff, and kids, they are honest and they tell what's going on really. So, and then you carry that luggage, and sometimes you don't let it go, but you have to let it go. And then, and I would tell people, and if you can't tell your story, that means you're not gonna ever get well, because you got to be able to say whatever it is that. See, I could always talk about the tyrant. I loved him. I took care of him till he left the world. But that man was something else. But as he got older, he mellowed out some. He did mellow out some. But when we were little, woohoo, boy, And I would never, if I had kids, I wouldn't have put that kind of stress on them. Because hey, you just picture somebody walking a tightrope. That's who I was because I wasn't going deviate. But what I'm saying about, I was always telling people, you gotta let that stuff go. You gotta let it go now. If you want to, get somewhere in life, you can't go forward by looking in your rearview mirror. But look here, this meditation right here is the epitome of letting go. I'm telling anybody who is not in this meditation, if you see this, you better find Leanne and Matthew. They can point you in the right direction. I promise you, I would not play with you like this. I'm serious.
Definitely. I think, as you were saying, in the past, you would say, like, oh, I need to let this go. But it wasn't that simple, like easy, much easier said than done. But I think people maybe think that letting go means not thinking about it or just like suppressing it somehow and moving on.
Right.
And that's what we did before. That's how I used to think about letting go. It's just like, oh, I'm just don't think about it or get over it. But really, what that just means is you're just suppressing it and pushing it down. And then eventually one day it's going to come out again anyway because it didn't really go anywhere.
If you notice with people, like say if somebody, I've known people like if they went through a divorce or if something happened to them, they got real sick. Whenever that happened, it a sickness manifests. Like my neighbor, he had his wife wanted this house. He bought her a house. Thought everything was beautiful. That girl didn't appreciate it, started cheating on him, and he got sick. And when he got sick, his kidney, when he come out that illness, he had kidney disease, ended up getting on dialysis and all that. I've watched people who like when something like that happened, I had a cousin. She went through a divorce. It knocked her down. She got rheumatoid arthritis, became very ill. Like what I'm saying is things in your life. What we was talking about suppressing stuff, and as soon as something happened, boom, it compromises your core, and it manifests in an illness. Whether it could be like kidney disease, heart disease, it can be anything. But people have an illness that they attain, and then some come out of it, and some pass away. They went through something, and as soon as their body lets down, whatever it is, it intervenes, and it manifests in an illness. You get what I'm saying?
Yes,
Yes.
100%.
Yeah, so with this kind of letting go that we're doing right now, it's gone for real. It's yeah, or you'll know how to get rid of it,
Mhm.
and see that won't happen. True facts, believe me.
Yeah, I think when your mind is filled up with, to the capacity, then it starts to take it out on your body at some point. So it makes
Right,
sense to me.
right. And all my life, my mother, she would tell us, she's like, my mother, she always told us she didn't worry. Well, I don't worry about things I can't do anything about. And I don't know why y'all sit up and worry like that. My mother is 96 years old, and I do it. I believe we talk about it all the time. She always said she didn't worry, and I believe her. I believe her because she don't look old, nor she's in her right mind. Only thing is, her walking is slowing down. She's on the cane, but everything else is sharp. It's yeah, and all that worrying and stuff, internalizing things. That's what I believe.
Mm.
Yep. So worrying this meditation, it reduces stress, improves focus, it enhances. You see, you be self aware, better sleep. I'm telling you, this thing really does things for you. And I'm telling you something else now. You better find some Eastern medicine because Eastern medicine gets to the root cause.
Mm.
Western medicine, symptoms, want to cut you, put you on medicine. Eastern medicine, root cause of your problem. And this meditation is getting to the root of whatever this stuff was in me. I said I'll be 64, and in my mind, I'm about 24. oh, oh boy. And I'm serious.
You look 24. I wouldn't
Huh?
have believed 64, or I don't believe.
Yeah, I'll be
When you
64
told me
next
that, I was
Monday.
very shocked.
And I'm so excited. Yeah. But this is the key, people. This is it.
Mm.
It takes care of your mental and physical health. Mental and physical. Mental and physical health. And it takes care of emotional. This is it. This is it.
Thank you for sharing all of that. Very inspiring.
Yes, yes, yes. I mean, to be bedridden, pretty much in the bed most of the time because those spells would come on me.
Mm.
And I didn't know when I knew right before, but I didn't go places. I didn't go out a lot. Now I go to concerts. Look here. I go to concerts. I get outside. When I tell you, I get out. Yeah. I didn't travel. Hey, look, I joined Flushing Meditation, which is in New York. Took my twins to see the Lion King in New York. I was like, I would not come this close and not go meet my Ting and Rebecca. So we got let the boys experience what's it called, the subway.
Yeah.
We put the twins on. See, the twins meditate too, so we had to go meet them. We meet these people we get online and talk to, and we have fallen in love with them. And so we went to the Lion King, so we had to go over. We got on the subway. Hey, look, the twins were like, now, Auntie, we don't like it here. Now, we don't like New York. These people are rude. He was like, Auntie, now these people are rude. We don't like this. We were out walking, out and all that. They was like, no, Auntie. Their anxiety did get a little bit high in New York because they weren't used to people bumping into you that act like they didn't see you and all that. They did. I'm not gonna lie, the anxiety got a little high on my twins. They was like, nah, but see, they verbalized it. They told me. I was like, okay, just breathe and we'll be all right. And so we went as far as we could on that subway. Then we got on a bus and went as far as we could. And then the Uber driver, we had to call Uber because nobody knew how to get to where they were. And so we went to our Flushing house, and we had a good meditated with Rebecca, and we saw the garden that everything that they doing. It was the greatest experience. It was so awesome to meet them in person after being online. And I will say this also. See, it's not. I don't know where the closest meditation center is. It's for all I know, it's Flushing, but I don't think it's one in Ohio. I really don't. But look here, see this online, you can go wherever you want to go. And you could go every day, as many times a day as you want to go. It's a whole schedule. It's a schedule for everybody. It's something to fit everybody. You might not want to go like I do, but still, I think you'll want to go every day. Because it's something. See, you got a new day. Every day it makes every day great. It makes every day just wonderful. Just to live today. Just to live today.
Yeah, I'm glad you got to make it to New York to see them.
Yes, it was so good. Because
Yeah.
Rebecca, she most of the time she meditates with the boys, and if she's not around, it's Ting, and most of the time I meditate with Ting. So we got to see both our helpers, although we had met them both, and the boys had also met Rebecca's husband also because he had filled in for them. So we just met everybody.
You bring up a good point, that it's very accessible for anybody, no matter where you live. You can definitely uh, get the benefits from meditation, even over Zoom online. So
Yeah, and that makes it great. And here's another thing. Having the father I had, I always was an overachiever. And I always wanted to be my best self. And I found this. I'm going to mess around here and be my best self. See, my best self and letting go. See, what you think and think about. See, I thought I was really being my best self before. I wasn't. Because I was in my mind world, but now I'm getting it all the way right. That's another point. I'm glad you said something that triggered that in me. I did. Trying to be an overachiever and all that, I always strive to be my best self every day. I want to be better than I was the day before. And I found this meditation, and guess what? Every day I'm better than I was the day before.
it just made me think, like, yeah, we always do things to sort of please the self, or do what we think we need to do to like be happy or to be better or whatever. But really, we're just kind of serving the false self.
That's
And
right.
as you were saying, you decided to kind of do the opposite, which was let go, and you're actually letting go of yourself and your everything you're holding on to, which ironically made you your best self, your true self.
Right.
So
And
yeah.
I have to say this. Now these helpers, they are just awesome. Like I have Ting and Rebecca at my home station, but then I have Anna, and I have all these people that I see first thing in the morning, and I look forward to seeing them, and it's like family. And they guide you and through your meditation, and it's just it's just so awesome. It's my first morning spark. I get up, get get shower, get ready, get dressed, and get ready for meditation. That's the key. And the best health dance. See, if you are not doing the best health dance, you're missing something. Do y'all do the best health dance? Tell the truth.
I used to join that class every day, and I kind of was slacking lately. I've been waking up too late.
Okay, well, just go to YouTube and put in. See, if I don't do it with them, see, I'm gonna put it in, and I'm gonna do it without them. I'm gonna do the best health dance because I guess maybe it's because I'm older. It really does get you. It gets you going. It really
Yeah.
does. I tell you, Sister Neem and
Yeah.
Sister Neem,
Hmm.
man, they are so wise. Yeah.
For anyone who's wondering what the best health dance is, our meditation teacher created a dance where it kind of moves like every body part in a really fun and happy way, and it kind of gets the energy flowing through your body. So that's why it's called the best health dance. So
It's on YouTube. The best health
on
dance. Do it every
YouTube.
day.
I need to get back on that. You're right. I was always so happy every morning to do the dance, and then something with my schedule changed, and I just haven't gotten back on it. But you
Yeah.
inspired me. I'm gonna start doing that again.
Yes, I told my husband, and he saw me doing it because he's at. Look, I want him to. I'm not forcing him, but he'll come around because he see what it's doing for me. You know how that goes. He'll come around. He has on everything else. He'll come around. So I just yeah. But anyway, I had him doing it with me. See, best health dance.
Oh, your husband does it too.
Yeah, take about 5 minutes out of your day to get everything moving.
Mm.
Yeah, it's good.
Well, it's really cool to hear how you inspire your whole family. Mm.
Yes, my oldest sister, she's getting ready to retire. I'm gonna try to get her to start, meditating once she retires because it's really causing her anxiety because she's been working since she was 17 years old. She just turned 73 and she's nervous because she has never not worked in her life.
Mm.
She has never not worked, and I told her you're gonna be fine. 56 years she has worked and she's nervous about not working. I was like, girl, now it's time for you to live. It's time for you to live now. And then see if she do this meditation, she'll learn how to live for real. You know that has to be a good feeling for your family to do it. Ooh, that's awesome. That would just get me over the top if the whole family did it.
Well, you said you liked helping people, so that's your the best way to help people is to recommend they
Yeah,
meditate.
yes, that's so true. And they see a difference in me. Yeah, Sheila, what are you doing? I'm gonna get them. Well, I'm meditating. What was you have to go. I have some lady you that she explained it all to you. I send them the team. That'd be a good thing to do. When they asking me, change, what are you doing? Here's what I'm doing. And then they see the twins. They know what those twins were. They were double trouble. It must be so funny though. They'd just be like they were on speed or something. And now they're just it takes Rebecca talk about how cool they are.
I don't know if you can answer this, but from the twins' perspective, like, what have they noticed about themselves that changed? Because I know
Uh,
you can see from how they behaved before, but are they aware of those things too?
we're calm. We don't get upset so fast. Hmm.
Mm.
We are more focused. We're calm. We're more focused, and we get along with people better. They do all that. They're more social. They can interact with people now. Yeah. So they are more interactive. They are more calm. They do sleep better because they had, sleep issues. They sleep better and they don't get so angry. You could just say, "Stop dragging your feet" or "Go clean your room." and that would be turned into a whole ordeal. But it's not like that anymore.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean it's night and day. Twins are A and B. A is the small twin. They had twin to twin transfusion syndrome, and he was giving his brother all the food. And
Hmm.
actually, the doctor recommended that they go abort him. That he wasn't going. They didn't think he was going to survive, and all you know how doctors. And luckily, their parents said, "We're gonna let God decide this." But he was very ill. He They was born on November 4th, and he came home on Christmas Eve when they were born. He was in hospital a long time. But baby B is the bigger one. Baby A is the smartest, and he's the calm. And that big one, he's gonna try anything. And if it's too much, the big one's gonna say, "Now you, And he listens to his little brother is his big brother. But in the baby A he really is the boss, and
Hmm.
the other twin listens to him. But that baby B, the big twin, he's gonna drive before that little one because the little one is more cautious and he thinks before he does things. That big one, we have to watch him. He just strike out and he might just do something. So yeah, they are something. They really are, and this has been a tremendous change for them. It really has. And see, they have more patience to even sit and do their schoolwork. You know, kids that have like ADHD or something, for them to sit, and that's a thing. But now they can really sit through, and I watch them in their classes. They focusing, and they honor roll kids. They all A's and B's. I wonder if they were in the environment. I don't think it would be as good. I really don't, because they would be having those distractions and triggers going on. But going to school online, they are on a roll. They are. And then for them Wednesday to go to that open house CTC, DeAndre, the big twin, he said he wants to be an electrician, and the other twin, he wants to be in do something with cars, automotive. And my brother told him he wants him to think about that. He was like, because they go into electric cars, and my brother, I was like, now don't deter them. Let them do what they think they want to do. They have time. But he told him to think about maybe not doing that. Think about doing the same thing his brother does, or do HVAC or plumbing, and then they can have their own business, because people are going to have houses from now on, and they can have their own business. And my baby Deontay said, I'll consider that. I was like, listen to him. I remember the time he would have been like, let me do what I want to do. He said, I'll consider that. I'm like, listen at this right here. Just so it's a difference. He said he'll consider it. Yeah, it's the thing for both of us, for the twins and for me.
Hmm.
And I used to listen. They used to be in a group meditation. It was kids like 8 years old. It would be different ages, and to hear the answers those kids would give, it would be just. It was a little boy. He was about 8 years old, and the intelligent things that he could say, people should know that little kids can really do it. I would say as young as 5 and 6, because they're starting to talk, and yeah, they really do. And especially if they have something going on, even if they don't, because nowadays it's hard, period, to go to school. A lot of kids are scared because they don't know what's going to happen to them. School is traumatic for some kids now. So
Right.
yeah, it would be a beautiful thing to meditate. This meditation that teaches them how to handle things.
Maybe you already said it, but is there any message you want to leave people with, or any like big enlightenments you've had that you want to share?
For sure. I mean, Life is not what you think it is. Living in your mind world, life is not what you think it is. And this meditation enlightens you, and it the helpers guide you in seeing how to get rid of everything that you think that you know and what you think you don't know. And what you will find that you'll do is you have more peace, joy, and you'll find truth. This is it. It's everything. It really is. Life is nothing. It's not what you think it is. We we've been duped. And it started and it started from birth.
Mhm.
And you just like say it's 5 children in my household. None of us saw what took place the same because we're not the same. My mind told me one thing, the next. None of us saw things the same, and when we talk about it, it comes out. That didn't happen. It wasn't like that. But see, you can't tell people. That's another thing. You cannot tell people that they're not right about whatever it is, however they perceive a thing, because their perception is their truth.
Mhm.
So that's some enlightenment right there. That's major right there. You cannot be telling people because whatever they think, that's their truth.
Mhm.
Just like what you think is your truth. And it's not true. Now figure that out.
It's your truth, but it's not true.
Uh-huh. Now come to this meditation and figure that out. And you'll be way better off.
Mm. Yeah, I think it might be good in case anyone who's listening doesn't know what you mean by mind world, but maybe I can clarify a little bit. As you said, we all have our own perception of things, and what we see and what we think is correct, but everybody has their own version of what they think is correct. And that's coming from an accumulation of our karma, which is the life that we lived, so all of our experiences, and then our habits, which is our DNA that we inherited from our parents and from our ancestors, and then also our body. And all of those things kind of create this world in our mind, which shapes how we see everything and how we respond to things and why we see things and think a certain way, and why somebody else, you might be looking at the same thing and see two totally different things. So, as Change was saying, when you can come out of that world, then the real truth of the world, which is just existing as it is, you can be able to see that and understand each other much, much better. So,
Yes. We learn how to abandon and coexist.
yes. So, thank you so much, Change. I think your story is very inspiring. I'm so glad that you and your nephews have been able to experience so much change, and that your health has significantly improved. It's very cool to hear.
Yes, and I thank you for inviting me and letting me share my experiences as well as the twins because this is a tool that is worth its weight in gold. I don't know anything any better. True facts.
Okay. Thank you for coming on.
All right. Have a good night.
You as well. Thank you.
All right. Bye bye.
Thank you for listening to Cham Chats. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to leave a review and follow us on social media. All of the links are in the description. And if you're interested in trying this meditation method yourself, you can visit onlinemeditationevents.com for online classes or to be connected to a center near you. See you next time.